Troy, welcome today. I was wondering if you could address one simple question that really has been wrapped into many of the questions we've received prior to this, and I think it will set the scene for a great discussion today. Could you tell us, with your background as an RBA economist and your current experiences, how do you feel Australia is positioned in terms of versus the rest of the world and other countries?
Okay, thanks. So, in a nutshell, I'd say Australia is very, very well positioned, and there are a couple of reasons for that. The first is you need to look at the economic health of the economies going into the crisis, and the fiscal position of Australia was very strong compared to much of the developed world. That's meant that in responding to the crisis, Australia is one of the most aggressive fiscal responses amongst the developed world. I think now only probably second to the United States. And it's got plenty of runway in order to be able to continue to finance fiscal expansion through the recovery period. So I think those factors place Australia very strongly. The next point is that social distancing in Australia has proven very, very effective when compared to many other developed economies, particularly the US, Italy, Spain, and the like. And so I think that means now, with a very limited number of active cases of COVID, you're in a position where the risks of a very aggressive second wave are much more moderate compared to the rest of the world. I don't think any economy has had enough infections to get to herd immunity. And so I think you're far better off being at the lower end of the current infection scale than at the higher end. And then the third piece is, if you think about the economic cycle, China's a major trading partner. China is further advanced through the economic recovery than many other economies in the world. And so I think there's a benefit to Australia on riding on the coattails of China through this as well. So from those three reasons, I'd say we're looking pretty good.
Thanks, Troy. That's a great insight. Much appreciated. Question without notice. You mentioned China there. What's your thoughts on the current tit for tat amongst our countries and trade wars with China?
Yeah, look, I think that's just a reality of dealing with China. You've got to be very cautious about, showing disrespect or, a lack of face to the Chinese. And so I think, that'll be an ongoing challenge for Western democracies now to step out of line with the expectations of our largest Asian trading partner. But I think it's in everyone's interest to keep working through it. I think you saw China and the US realize that sort of earlier in the year or late last year and look to resolve the trade conflicts that were going on there, but they're not fully resolved. And so it's just going to be a reality of political life, over the next, 5+ years, decades possibly.